Good morning, R3803TTS Hogwarts Castle locomotive, and this has sound fitted. It's a TTS locomotive, and what I'm going to do in this loco is dispel a few opinions I've seen on social media, which really are opinions, and I'm going to show you exactly what you can do with this digital locomotive. Now, an opinion on social media was that the new locos that are coming out that are digital, you cannot run on analog. Okay, let me show you. Right, earlier locomotives that I used to get, they used to come with a little chip like that, if you can see it. And what you did was you took the tender apart, pulled off the DCC, which is like a chip, and you put this in its place, and the loco would run in analog. Now, this locomotive hasn't come with what they call a digital blanking plate, so either Hornby are cutting costs, or the blanking plate will not work. I don't know. I'm not going to pull the locomotive apart or mess around with wires to test this, because to be honest, it doesn't interest me, and you do not need to do this. So I cannot tell you whether a blanking chip would work in this locomotive. Anyway, let's see what happens. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is this locomotive. I've put it on the track in analog, and you can see the light comes on, but it doesn't run. You can see the light with the power, and I'll just turn this down a little bit so you can see more clearly. I could even turn it off. There you go. And you can see the power tester is showing his power. The locomotive, the front light lights up, and that's all you've got. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the digital on and show you that it should light up in digital. So I'm going to put digital on, and you can see it lights up in digital, and you can see the light slightly different. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dispel this myth that this loco will not run in analog, and show you how to get it running. Right, the first thing you do is you hit CV, put 008, enter, 008, enter, and it sent it to the loco. That's called a system reset. Now, I normally do it a couple of times. Now, on the older locos, this was enough to make it run in analog. So I'm going to take this away. I'm going to switch the track to analog, and we'll see if it moves. So I take it off digital, put it to analog, and it still doesn't move. Now, with the older TTS locomotives, this would move. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put it back to digital. And what is it, CV29?
29.
So the next thing we do, because it's a newer locomotive, is we do CV029, enter, and what was the number?
4004.
004, enter. Now, this should now work in analog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it over to analog. And there you go. And you can see there, well, I haven't got it on the whole track, so let me just put it on analog inner. There we go. And you can see it's running in analog. There you go. So anybody that says to you And I think it was a vendor who said you cannot run DCC locos in analogue now, the new ones. They're incorrect. And I will show you when I swap from digital to analogue power. Oh, actually I better stop it, but I'll put the power on and there's the digital. You can see it lights up brighter because it's digital. Put it on analogue and you can see it's dimmer because there's less power and the light still works. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on analogue and I'm going to show it doing a couple of circuits on the track in analogue. So when people say on social media that a digital locomotive will not run in analogue, it's rubbish. It's an opinion. I'm not attempting to tell people what to do with their railways or how they do it. All I present is facts, and if I can dispel a few myths and stop people wasting money on what they don't need to, that's fine. Anyway, I'm going to show you it run round in analogue and you will see it runs perfectly. Thank you. One thing I forgot to mention was with Hornby TTS in analogue you do not get any of the sounds, but you can see it's running lovely and smoothly, really slowly, and in analogue you do get the light. Now here is Hogwarts Castle running in analogue, really slowly, really smoothly, and it is a digital locomotive, and surprisingly the light works, which I thought it may have only worked in digital. And you can see it runs lovely. But as I said, with the earlier ones 008's enough, with the later ones it's 029 and 004 CV values. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has been informative and cleared up some misinformation you may have seen. Thank you.